Usually the conversation around here is about football. Today, the topic is gas for one of the sponsors, specifically Mobile Supreme Plus Premium Gasoline. Let's start with the fact that Mobile Supreme Plus Premium is amazing. It keeps engines 3 times cleaner, so engines perform better for better gas mileage. Just ask motorsports legend Shirley Cha-Cha Muldowney. She raced top fuel dragsters in the 70s, so she knows a thing or two about gasoline. She also knows a thing or two about the 70s, so if there are any questions about leisure suits, vinyl, or fondue, fire away. One might wonder why they call her Cha-Cha. Like, is it a family name or a marketing ploy? Or maybe she thought it sounded cool. It's very curious. Getting back to fuel, Shirley and the team highly recommend Mobile Supreme Plus Premium Gas because it keeps engines 3 times cleaner for better performance and gas mileage. By the way, Cha-Cha Muldowney, she drove a pink car. Mobile. Legendary. 3 times cleaner compared to Mobile regular gas and port fuel injected engines. Actual results may vary. Visit mobilefuels.com for details.
Triple shot half-calf oat milk 2 pumps extra foam. Your coffee order might be getting a little complicated. Your toothpaste doesn't have to be. Arm & Hammer Baking Soda toothpaste keeps it simple with a powerful ingredient that works hard for you. Baking soda. That's why it's the #1 dentist-recommended baking soda toothpaste. As you brush, the baking soda particles dissolve to help break down plaque and stains for a whiter smile. So your teeth can feel clean, look bright, and make brushing a no-brainer. Try Arm & Hammer toothpaste. Simple, powerful, clean.
I always think of the quote of where he fakes to the right. No, he fakes to the left. He thinks about faking. I don't know where I am.
People all over the world, welcome back to New Heights, a Jukes original show presented by Wave Sports and Entertainment. New Heights is a show that had such a good week last week. That's right. The NFL is randomly drug testing it. We are your hosts. I'm Travis Kelsey. This is my big brother, Jason Kelsey, out of Cleveland Heights, Ohio, representing the Heights always and always representing Cincinnati Bearcats, baby. We got to get back in the win column.
We've always got a great episode, Trav. We'll break down the Eagles' win against the big Steelers. Talk about our wonderful appearance on the Manningcast.
God, I love those guys, man. Shout out to Omaha, man.
And we'll also talk NFL trade deadline moves by the Eagles and Chiefs, and maybe take a look at NFL flights and how they usually happen, or maybe sometimes, I don't know, happen a little bit differently. Anyways, but first, as always, new news! Still the #1 sports podcast in the world. New Heights, baby. Still there. And man, pretty cool.
Thank you guys, man. Thank you guys for listening.
Well, what's also new is the #1 sports podcast in the world met the #1 sports broadcast as the Kelsey brothers finally met their Manningcast debut.
Woo-hoo! Thank you, Peyton and Eli, for letting us jump on with you guys, man.
What'd you think, Trev?
I thought you hit me with the low blow, but other than that, it was a whole lot of fun, man. A whole lot of fun. Yeah. Well, I mean, anytime you call somebody out for things that they, aren't very proud of, like not being able to play your senior year of college and high school.
It's common knowledge.
Then why'd you have to say it? Why'd you have to say it? Why'd you have to say it, man? This guy.
Because
he just wanted to make fun of his little brother, man.
No.
Would you want to be the cooler brother?
I'm very
like
proud.
chopping down your little brother, huh?
I'm very proud that my brother has overcome adversity in his life. They asked me how my college experience was with my brother, and I answered honestly. I did not have
all of the things that happened in college and that were unique because we were brothers at the same university. You chose the one that was arguably my worst memory. Thanks. Appreciate that.
It's my worst memory too, and you remember the bad ones. my senior year, I'm getting excited to play football with my brother. We're gonna dominate. The Kelsey brothers are gonna dominate college football together.
Man, it was all going down the right track.
What did you want me to talk about? Do you want me to talk about me and you living in the same bedrooms with 2 beds in it and pizza boxes?
Yeah, and me turning 21
underneath them.
Me turning 21 in the middle of the season, and you and everybody in the house coming in, pouring tequila down my face in my bed. Those were the fun stories that I thought you were going to say. That was, man, I'll tell you what, if you guys ever had 4 offensive linemen pin you down. And the 5th one, poor Jose Cuervo down. No brands. Tequila straight down your mouth. Actually, pinched my nose so I would be forced to open my mouth.
That was aggressive.
Yeah,
now
it
that
was.
I'm remembering this, I'm really sorry about that.
What was even more aggressive was the fact that I choked on the tequila, coughed it up, came out of my nose and out of my mouth, went into my eyes, so my entire face is burning on top of my bed smelling like tequila. And we had practice the next morning at like 8 a.m. It was a blast. Thanks for doing that, man.
Yeah, I think I was trying
and
to get
now
you
I love
back on,
tequila. I love tequila now.
I was trying to get you back on the right track. I think
I don't know what it was about that day, man, but it snapped me into it, man.
Well, Peyton, the sheriff offered to come on New Heights. Boy, would that be an awesome episode.
Oh, man.
There are so many things I'd love to talk to that guy about.
Oh, man. I just want to ask him how the heck he got one of those master jackets, man. Doggone. How did he get that thing, man? They don't let anybody get those. He's gotten the jacket, and on top of that, he's got the OD shirt.
He's got, which one's more exclusive, the Masters jacket or the OD shirt? I know more people with a Masters jacket than I do with an OD shirt.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. And does he have to pay the dues? Like, I think, is it like if you're a part of the Masters, like, do you have to pay to get in? Or is it like,
I don't know. I have no idea how that works.
There's so much going on.
Yeah, I mean, Augusta probably more picturesque.
We don't know about.
Augusta's probably more picturesque than the Jersey Shore, but I like my my OD shirt. That's a pretty high on the items of exclusivity that I own.
Yeah, well, I've been denied like 5 times every time I get drunk at the OD and ask for a shirt. So for me to get one,
they
this
haven't
past
given
year,
you a shirt. Oh
no, for this past year. This past year when I actually worked for the OD for a day.
That's right.
They let me wear a shirt, and I made sure I left that thing with it on.
For everyone that doesn't know, the OD sponsors an event at the Jersey Shore for Eagles Autism Challenge. My wife and I have been putting on an event at the Ocean Drive. They've been kind enough to let us do a guest bartending event there, and the employees all work for free, and we raise a bunch of money for autism awareness and research.
So much fun.
And Travis participated this past year. If you get some spare time before July 4th on that Wednesday, it's going to be happening again, and it might be the most fun charity event I've ever been a part of. So hopefully we can keep that rolling.
I can definitely put it up there as the top for me, man. It's a blast every time. Every time I get the invite, I'll be there, brother.
All right. Well, last episode, we also asked fans what the New Heights fan base should be.
Ooh, we did,
and we got some interesting ideas. Let's say
a few that I'm like, dang, that was a good one. How did I not think of that one? But go ahead.
So Rick Wyatt said New Heights Hive.
Okay. Not bad at all.
TA nice Survival on the YouTube comment said New Heights Nation.
Ooh, see, that's pretty
that's
good one right there.
Yeah, I think we like that because Heights High, the Cleveland Heights Tigers is Heights Nation, right?
Heights Nation, baby.
If I'm not mistaken. All right, we got
proud supporter today. Shout out to the Heights High moving on in the playoffs. I think we got Ignatius at the house next week in the Division I high school playoffs in Ohio,
Gannon.
Man. It's
Jonathan Gannon, our DC, went to Ignatius. We're going to have to get some money on this one. Maybe just some bragging rights.
Half of my friends growing up went to Ignatius, so I got some extra pride this week. I'm going to be wearing the Tigers gear all week, man. Hopefully we can get a win on Friday.
We got Rush _129 throwing out Kelsey Crew, which I feel like Kelsey Crew is kind of already out there, but I'll give you credit, Rush 129. All right, we got Frisco Flounder. New Heights Hooligans. I like that.
The Hooligans? What's the definition of hooligans?
I think a hooligan is actually a soccer fan, if I'm not mistaken. But I think it's also can be slang for a man of mischief.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay. We also here we go. Producers. Thank you, producers. A violent young troublemaker, typically one of a gang. Well, I don't know that we want to support
New Heights gang.
New Heights, yeah.
New Heights hooligan gang.
Listen, I'm all about troublemakers. Big fan of troublemakers. But
I feel like everybody's got to get in trouble, man.
Yeah, if you don't get in trouble, how do you learn? Jorge, New Heights Nation. Okay, we already said New Heights Nation. Which one's getting credit, Jorge or TA Survival?
Both of you guys are getting some love.
Good job, guys.
I think that's the producer showing us that we need to go with New Heights Nation.
All right. Joseph Lawson, Cheagles.
Ooh, the Chiefs and Eagles.
That's right. Chiefs plus Eagles equals
But
Cheagles.
As I've noticed, traveling this past bye week and everything, we have a lot more fans of the show or followers of the show that are just Chiefs and Eagles, man, and we're very appreciative of that. We've had a pretty it's been so much fun. I mentioned it already about the New York crowd saying how much they love the show, but even being in the airport, fans all over, man, and we really appreciate you guys tuning in. So I don't know if we can go with Eagles.
Yeah, I agree. I saw some other ones. I saw climbers in a reference to like New Heights, New Heights climbers or New Heights summiters. I saw.
Man, there's some creative people out here, man.
I saw the New Heights Kelsonites.
Kelsonites, okay.
I thought that was pretty clever. I think we should keep sending them. I don't know that we're ready to make a decision or put something to a vote yet, but I love this creativity. I think right now the two that I'm high on are New Heights Nation and New Heights Hooligans, but keep them coming. We're excited about this. We got to get something good. Don't want to rush to a decision. We'll keep them rolling.
Right on.
Well, that brings us to the fan question of the week. As always, thanks for your comments. Please keep these coming. From JChat85.
JChat.
What's a football movie you'll stop on and watch every time?
I love sports movies, man. So I mean, you could throw on just about any of them, and I'll sit there and watch it. I love Little Giants, man. Absolutely love Little Giants. The O'Shea brothers going at it.
Spike.
Yep, you already know the sibling rivalry, man. It's the best in the world.
And I felt like Puerto Rico.
I can't see with this thing on. Just so many good liners. The kids absolutely killed it in that movie. And I felt like, Jason, you were Kevin O'Shea my entire life, and I just couldn't beat you at anything. So that one hits home for me as a kid. But then you got to remember the Titans, who had an all-star cast. Denzel Washington absolutely killed that role in a very, very, at least when I was in high school, that's when that one came out. So it was like driving like my love for just team and camaraderie and coming together and playing some football, man. You can pitch it a mile, but you can't throw it. Or you can throw it a mile, but you can't pitch it 5 yards. I mean, there's just so many quotes from that one. Finally saw the white cornerback get sidelined.
And remember the
Yotes, he's taking my son out. Yep. Well,
stand-up move by Gosling. Yeah. I mean, that was a team move by Gosling. I mean,
team player.
It's all about how we're going to win this game. For me, I don't know. I think my favorite movie is probably The Program. I think it's over the top in the perfect way, and touches on every facet of collegiate and professional sports. I feel like
when I went to college and I connected so much more when I watched it again in college, knowing that it was a college football movie. Without a doubt. Outside of obviously the linebacker juicing up in the locker room.
Yeah, Lattimore. You leading me on? Yeah, there's some really bad moments in that movie. 30 pounds and an attitude to match. Oh. But without a doubt, my favorite football movie to watch, like just guilty pleasure, is Waterboy. I mean, it's not even close.
Oh, I mean, Adam's the Sandman.
There's so many great quotes. Adam Sandler's great, but there's so many. I mean, it's probably the most quote. My favorite. We still reference this whenever we're getting too complicated as an offense. Like we're like, oh, what if the defense does this or that, or what if we're going to? I always think of the quote of where he fakes to the right. No, he fakes to the left. He thinks about faking. I don't know where I am. That's my favorite.
The Winkler, man.
What a line. My favorite quote. All right. So
It's like, we could be like Tiger Woods and his daddy. It's me, your daddy, Roberto.
So many good ones.
Sandman. Shout out to Adam Sandler, man.
All right.
Oh, another one. The Longest Yard. Ooh, another all-star cast.
Which one?
The second one. I was thinking
You're
of
going
the
with Adam
Sandler
Sandler?
one. Yes.
I prefer the Burt Reynolds one personally.
Well, he was in both, but
yeah, but he was this. Listen, the first one he was really. I mean, he was the guy in the first one. Second one,
I hear you. He was a hero. He wasn't the Adam Sandler hero, but he was Stone Cold Steve Austin.
The second one was too much of like it was like trying to be something too big. The first one was. I'm telling you, go rewatch.
Epic.
I mean, it's good. I love the movie. I love Chris Rock, Adam Sandler. Like, I love all these guys. It's a great movie.
Terry Crews. Oh, my God. There's so many of them, man.
But the first one, really, I love that movie. All right. Well, we got a shout out to some fan art from Allison on IG. Me and the Fanatic. I got to say,
that is
Allison,
pretty damn good.
Great work. Great penmanship. The coloring. There's really, I mean, there's detail. You see altering greens in there.
The excitement on your face.
Somehow you encapsulated the pure joy.
Encapsulated?
Yeah, and the New Balance are very detailed.
Outside of the tennis shoes, she forgot the laces. But other than that, like she New Balance slip-ons. Killed it. Yeah. New Balance, that might be the next wave. That's more dad than even putting laces on shoes. You know, take the laces off. Another variable. The only way you can make New Balance dad shoes more dadified is by taking the laces off and making them slip-ons, huh? All right. Let's move on, baby. Tee up 12 bold topics to wrap up week 8 in the NFL. I only got the Eagles game to talk about since it was my bye week, but I was in attendance for it and saw you guys just absolutely cruise to victory, man. You guys controlled that game the entire time. Got caught in a few, long third and longs. But other than that, it was a pretty flawless game offensively and defensively. Eagles win 35, Steelers 13. Jalen went absolutely nuts again. The guy is playing his tail off. Hats off to Jalen again. 19 of 28 for 285, 4 passing TDs, career high, and 140.6 passer rating. I don't know if he gets any better than that. He's now won 10 consecutive games in the regular season as a starting quarterback, the longest QB win streak in franchise history. I didn't know that, man. This guy's playing like the best quarterback the Eagles have ever had. Is he getting enough credit? I know you've been advocating him since the beginning of the season is the reason why you guys are winning. But what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really like the question. Is he getting enough credit? To be honest with you, I feel like the credit happens when it happens. I think, is he proving that he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league? Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the more he does that, the more that this happens, the more he goes off, the better this team performs. He's going to continue to get more credit as the starting quarterback and somebody who's playing like that. So one of the most beautiful things about the NFL is it is what it is. And every time you step out on the field, what you do ends up being who you are. So the credit comes with how he is going to continue to perform.
Right now, with Jalen playing the way he is, you guys are 7-0. Obviously, the MVP talks are flying all over the league. Some people may say, the caliber of team that you guys have been playing isn't like, through the roof. So I don't want to say they're hating on them, but at the same time, it's like you guys are 7-0. To the doubters that would have something negative to say about Jalen, how are you responding in terms of his MVP talk?
Well, listen, I know that our strength of schedule hasn't been something that a lot of the AFC teams have had.
That's the only thing they could say at this point.
Yeah, but even, I mean, you know darn well, it's hard to win every single week, no
Sunday.
matter who you're playing, right? I mean, you guys have 2 losses. You've lost to the Colts and the Bills.
Are you kidding me? Why did you have to throw us under the bus?
I'm just saying the Colts. I'm just saying, listen, any team can beat you, no matter. You can look at strength of schedule all you want. It is hard to win games in the NFL, and it's hard to win every single week. And the fact that we're still undefeated, and the biggest reason, not the biggest reason, but I mean, you want to talk about MVP, not only has Jalen Hurts' numbers been up there with the premier quarterbacks in this league, and his playmaking ability has been up there, but look at the turnover differential. We're plus 14. Now or whatever it is, plus 13. I can't remember, but we're like astronomically higher than the next closest team. And part of that is our defense has created a lot of turnovers. But the biggest part of that is that we have taken care of the football.
Yeah.
And we've said this before, and I think that this is a vastly underrated part of Jalen Hurts' football game right now, is that not only is he being a playmaker, but he is doing it in a way that is smart. He is taking care of the football. He's making good decisions, right? It's hard to be aggressive and to score points and put up yards the way he has, while also doing so in not being prone to making mistakes. And the fact that he's doing that and leading our team and not putting us in negative situations, I mean, if that's not an MVP candidate, at the top, I don't know which one is. So now we're only halfway through the season. We got a long season left, not even halfway. We got to continue to play at this level. And but for the first 7 games of ours, I don't know. I don't know too many people that have done a better job than him.
Well, you heard it from Jason Kelsey, ladies and gentlemen. And obviously Jalen has got a short week coming up this week, so we'll see how he prepares with only 4 days to get ready for the game. But yeah, I mean, he's taking what the defense is giving him. I saw a play, I think it was 3rd and 12, 3rd and 15, where the defense this past week was playing at the sticks. That means they were letting everything underneath get caught so that they could rally to the ball to stop you guys on 3rd down. And instead of forcing something downfield or past the sticks, he just took the flat and he said, you know what, I'll play field position game. I got a great defense. I got, a great offense in terms of, the how you guys progress over the course of a game, and that's the difference in a guy trying to force something and throw a turnover, or a guy trying to just keep the ball and keep the team's goals in mind. And I can't agree with you more, man. He's taking what the defense is giving him, and that's helping you guys out a lot.
Yeah.
Well, AJ Brown played so well that he got drug tested after the game. 6 receptions, 156 yards, and 3 tutties. I think he had 3 touchdowns in the first half. In one half. I think
that sounds right. Yeah.
That's pretty dang on good. He couldn't go for the full Al Bundy and get the 4th, but, not many can if you know what I'm saying. First Eagles wide receiver with 150 yards and 3 touchdowns in a game since 2007. That's pretty impressive, man. Do you think they know who's going to get drug tested before the game, or they're actually like looking at the game like, this dude is going way too fast? Okay, or this guy is way too strong.
I don't know. I think they're random, but it is pretty coincidental.
Yeah, we've seen it multiple times that after a huge game, guys are getting drug tested. I know it's happened to Odell. I've seen it. I mean, it's happened to me a few times. And it's like, really, this game? But
when you have good games all the time, you're going to get drug tested sometimes.
This guy's got a good point. It's actually in the clause in your contract. You're going to get tested a few times throughout the season after games. If you score 3 touchdowns on that 3rd touchdown, should taunting be legal? Like, if you're balling that well, should you just be able to do whatever you want?
I don't know.
In a game like what was it, the Panthers game, where he gets the taunting penalty after scoring a touchdown late in the game, just absolutely electric, takes his helmet off, and they move the field goal or the extra point back 15 yards because of it. Like, I can barely keep my composure right now. I'm so excited. You're gonna flag me because I took my helmet off after a touchdown to win the game?
Yeah.
Should it be legal? Should there be like, all right, we'll give you some leeway. It's your 3rd touchdown.
Well, I don't know. I think the taunting stuff in general has gone over the top. Like, they've clearly made an emphasis, and there's been a lot of guys. I mean, our guy Chris Jones was flagged.
Some people would say we lost the game because of it.
Well, I think they're trying to, I guess, get something in check or whatever they're trying to do.
I'm not sure what they're trying to do.
I don't know. I think I don't know that how many scores you have should dictate whether you should be able to taunt or not. But I do think that taunting in general is going a little bit over the top. I mean, just a little finger wag, and like it wasn't like a aggressive finger wag. You know what I mean? Like he was just like, ha ha, I gotcha. Like, is that really that bad?
This is what he told the media after. He said he was telling the Steelers defenders, not 1, 2, that's not enough.
Yeah.
Saying that 3, that might be enough.
Mean.
I got a full stomach now. I'm full.
Wow. Well, I don't know. I think people like to see it, and in general, I like giving the fans what they want.
Ladies and gentlemen, we finally got what we've been asking for all year long. Jason's least favorite superhero of all time makes an appearance in the Eagles game. Sexy Batman debut. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, dude. You looked like you were like a Ben Affleck Batman, dude. You kind of look like you kind of resemble the Affleck Batman.
Yeah, is it sexy Batman or fat Batman? I guess that's up to one's own discretion. But I think had to show some skin and make it known that fat sexy Batman was out.
I don't think the broadcast did it justice. They only got you from like your shoulder pads up. They didn't get the full hairy belly to make it fat Batman.
Sometimes they can be a little sizist. I get it.
I saw it on the side. I'm sitting in 120 all the way in the back, and I'm staring and looking at the other sideline and just see your shoulders proud as ever, just chest out.
I was sticking it out.
Just walking around with the sexy Batman, belly out and all. You could see the ears on your freaking mask from a mile away, man. I loved it, dude. I absolutely loved it.
I had the mask sitting there on the sideline. I've been waiting for a screen to go to the house, and it hasn't been happening. But I figured Halloween weekend, the starters are playing so good, they take us out in the fourth quarter. Maybe that's a good time to unveil the sexy fat Batman.
Yeah, I thought it was perfect timing. You're known to wear masks on the sideline. This isn't your first time.
You talking about the underdog mask?
The underdog.
Actually, I was not.
This is kind of your thing. You talk about you don't like to dress up. This is kind of your thing. This is your.
That was Chris Long and Lane Johnson with the underdog mask.
I never wore
the underdog. No, unfortunately.
Oh, all right. Well, never mind then.
Yeah. I tried to buy one for the next game, but so many people bought those underdog masks off of Amazon that it sold out. You couldn't get them. You could not get one. Bo Allen couldn't find one, so you had to wear a poodle mask on the field, which was actually pretty awesome.
Oh, boy, Bo.
Yeah.
You actually made the cover photo for Twitter and Facebook for the NFL's verified pages, man. Everybody loved it, man. Who doesn't love sexy Batman?
Listen, whether it's fat Batman or sexy Batman, you love both of them, right?
I'm not gonna lie, I love them. I can't argue with that, man. You mentioned it on the Manningcast. Shout out to the Manningcast and ESPN for letting us jump on and have some fun with the brothers. But you mentioned how Sirianni might not have been in the best mood when you walked past him with the sexy Batman outfit.
Yeah, well, I didn't know, and I think you
never want to be a distraction. That's the big. You never want to be a distraction.
There was still a game going on, and I have the mask on, and I'm kind of like strutting up the sideline. All the teammates are laughing. Everybody I show it to are laughing, and I see Nick, and I feel like he saw me, but I couldn't tell. But he was not happy about something. I think it was because the offense was not doing.
Well, you
great.
just got a holding penalty and you're backed up. It's
Yeah, and he was like, I think in his head he was like, "Stop effing around right now." So I just took the mask off. I was like, okay, I think that's
you kidding
that's
me,
my
Jason?
cue.
I give you a bone. I take you out in the middle of the fourth. We're up 35-13, and this is how you repay me. You're over here.
I've since
slapdicking around. You kidding me?
I've since asked him, and that was not what he was upset about. But
okay.
I think I didn't want to test that. So I just. Took it
Shout out
off,
to
put it back
Coach.
on after the game. Yeah. It woke me up. I was like, okay, maybe not the best time, Jason. We're still in the middle of the game. All right. Style this back a little bit.
I love it, man. Other game notes. The one and only Mr. Lane Johnson.
This was my favorite outfit.
Dressed up as game day fit Jason Kelsey. He came in, was lucky enough to find an OD shirt. We were just talking about the Ocean Drive.
Dude, they had to ship it in.
Green shirt.
This is how strict the OD is about those shirts. They had to ship it in. They wanted video proof that Lane was the one receiving the shirt. I'm not messing this up. I'm not messing around, dude. They are strict with those OD shirts. I don't know what they would have done if he didn't get it, but I don't want to find out.
That's pretty good, man. I'm not gonna lie. I gotta find out. You gotta know if there's a bottle opener on the bottom of those sandals, man. That's the only thing. Because if it's not, I mean, it takes it down just one more notch. But if he went full Jason Kelsey and opened up a bottle of his favorite brew at the end of the game with his flip-flops, that's full Jason Kelsey right there.
That is hands
and
down.
And also, did he not have draws on?
That's a good point. That is an integral part of the Jason Kelsey fit. No draws.
No belt, no draws.
You think I'm wearing draws right now?
You better believe you're not. Are you kidding me? You're in your own house. I'd believe it if you didn't have pants on.
Yeah. Does Dolly Parton sleep on her stomach?
I haven't heard of that one yet. Is it bear shit in the woods?
Oh, gosh.
That's pretty damn good. Lane, thank you for getting us that gem of an outfit on Halloween Day, man. And well played. Well played.
Trav, bye week. Went to the Eagles game with Dad, who was hilariously mistaken as Doug Peterson.
I mean, it was Halloween. He could have been. He could have just been the Halloween Doug P, man.
The visor, the glasses. That was hilarious. Funny. Did you know the broadcast team made sure to circle you out when they panned to you, as if people wouldn't know who you are? Are you not that level of celebrity that they can just go to you?
No. I mean, I wear face masks for a living, Jason. Not everyone knows exactly what I look like. On top of that, I was blending in the trees. I had a bucket hat on, wore my gang green. Not a lot of people really know. They definitely second guess it in the stadium. I'll hear it as I walk by. It's like, is that Travis Kelce? You know what I mean? And then they're like, hey, Travis. And then if I don't respond, they're like, man, that wasn't him. But if I turn around, erupts and be like, dude, we love your brother, which usually comes with a follow-up. Dude, the show is hilarious, which is awesome. Thank you for all the support from the Eagles fans. I love hearing about how much you guys love my brother, man. It's cool to see the city embrace you like that. But yeah, man, I'm blending in the trees. You never know, man.
As soon as I saw that goofy hat and those sunglasses, I was like, oh, this dude's trying to be incognito.
No, I didn't have any glasses on. I didn't have any glasses.
You didn't have glasses?
I probably should have wore it because the sun was out, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. I thought it was going to be a 50-degree.
Maybe it was the last game you had the glasses on. Maybe I'm
the last
blending
game.
the two together.
Yeah.
Well, how about this? When you're watching an NFL game from the stands as opposed to being on the field, do you see plays differently?
Not really. I feel like watching a game in person is 10 times better. I love feeling the energy from the stadium. I love getting up on third downs for the defense and getting rowdy. I like just see, and on top of that, you can see the field better, right? You can see all the players a lot more when you're in person. And I genuinely enjoy watching your guys' offense go to work, man. You guys are fun to watch.
Well, when the offense is working, what are you watching?
Depending on down and distance, I like to watch Dallas a lot. I mean, obviously the nature of being a tight end, I love watching the tight end. I kind of like to see what the defense is in, so I get caught watching the defensive side of things whenever you guys are on offense, just to see how they're relating to the route concepts and things like that. Another guy I love watching is Miles Sanders, man. That dude is an absolute baller. I love watching him get downhill.
Travis, this is all great. Okay, what about me?
No,
you don't
I
watch
said,
me?
yeah, of course I do.
Your name is Dallas and Miles and all these other, looking at the defense. You don't watch your brother?
Yeah, well, Jason, when they're in a 40 front and nobody's over you, I kind of get sick of just watching you double team the 3 technique. All right, it's not a blast. All right, so on third downs, I'm really not watching you that much. First down, all eyes on you, bud. All eyes on you. Saw you get to the second level a few times, make some key blocks. Also saw you get a holding penalty, and I thank you, because when you get the holding penalty, that means they talk about you. And when they talk about you, they usually talk about me too now. So it's, I get some TV time even when I'm not on the field on Sundays.
Well, just so you know, when I'm at your games, I always watch you on every single play. Man. I'm lying. I don't do that. I watch Creed Humphrey. I almost exclusively watch.
Well, Creed's fun to watch. Creed's fun to watch.
Joe Dooney. Yep. Yeah, I'm staring at that interior line, seeing what those guys are up to.
Trey Smith.
And then every once in a while, when you make a play, I'll watch a highlight. Oh, yeah, Travis balling. Okay, I'm going to go back to Creed.
That's man. I can't
fault
you for that.
Let's talk about let's talk about some new teammates. Both the Eagles and the Chiefs made some trades since the last episode.
Yeah.
Kadarius Toney traded to Chiefs via the Giants.
Yep.
Chiefs coach Andy Reid reiterates that he won't rush Kadarius Toney into anything he's not comfortable with. It's going to be a learning process getting him up to speed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would assume that it's similar offense, knowing that our quarterback coach, Mike Kafka, one of our guys, shout out to Kafka, man. Yeah, I think it'll be a smoother transition than coming from a lot of different teams or a lot of other teams in the league. But extremely excited. I mean, that guy is an absolute beast with the ball in his hands. I love the routes that he runs. Obviously, his college highlight tape at Florida is second to none. Taking things to the house. He was. I believe he was compared to Tyreek when he was coming out. Not a lot of guys get that Tyreek comparison, but I think they were more so just saying it because how many touchdowns, how many big-time touchdowns he has, meaning big plays, meaning 20-plus yards or 30-plus yards, maybe 40-plus yards, taking things to the house and being that game changer. And yeah, I'm excited for him, man. I'm excited for it. Only to add another weapon that you got to account for in this offense is extremely exciting, especially one of his caliber, man.
Well, we also added a free agent. We added Robert Quinn from the Bears.
The Bears.
Robert Quinn's first game with the Eagles. We was quoted as saying, "I forgot about the trade pretty fast because these guys embraced me in here."
Yeah,
that's a great quote, and it feels good. I think that's always good to know that the team has the right culture and locker room, that it's welcoming of new guys.
1,000%. And Robert's unbelievable, dude. He's a great dude himself. I've met him at numerous Pro Bowls. He definitely blends with. You could see that guy blends with every single teammate out there, man.
Robert Quinn's first game with the Eagles, he was quoted as saying, "I forgot about the trade pretty fast because the guys embraced me in here."
Oh yeah,
which is great to hear.
Got a good culture, man. Yeah,
that's the type of team you want. That's the type of environment you want, and that's the way it's been here. Since I've been an Eagle, I feel like that's always been the culture of the team. I can't think of too many times, really any, that I feel like we made a trade or an acquisition where a guy didn't feel welcomed or comfortable. And I've heard this quote from a number of guys. I remember Zach Brown, when he came here, saying that, the Eagles, he was surprised that the offensive line was even talking to him, because I guess in Washington, the offensive line didn't really get along with other position groups or something like that. That's what he said. Maybe that speaks more bad on Washington, but not trying to throw shade here. But anyways, back to the Eagles. It's definitely something that the team is conscious of. I think that they know that adding a new piece in is important, but they also know that the locker room is important. And right away, the moment Robert gets there, he's being walked through the building. Howie Roseman is introduced him to people. Howie introduced him to me in passing, and we just chop it up for a few minutes. And I think those little things right there go a long way. And it lets me know that he's here and he's ready to go, but it also too gives me an opportunity to tell Robert that we're excited to have him here. We're excited to have you as a part of our team. And I think those little, even though it's not a long conversation, when you compound that, I'm sure that happened with everybody on defense, all the coaches, everybody in the building. It makes a guy feel like he's a part of something pretty quickly. So that's an awesome quote. Love to hear that.
Gotta love it, man. Gotta love it when the culture's right, man. And the chemistry's good on the team. You got everybody kind of portraying the same image of excitement for a guy to come into the building. Getting those established guys in the middle or towards the end of the season that kind of just solidify the trust that you have at that position. You know what I mean? Like, not that you guys were in desperate need of a defensive end, or you might have been, but whether it is or not, getting that veteran presence, getting a guy that has been doing it, has been playing at an extremely high level his entire career. I know when we won the Super Bowl, Terrell Suggs, when we got the Melvin Ingram last year, energy guy, juice man, that, as I always like to say, man, he brought the swagger as well as making plays on the field. All that does is just give you more confidence and make you hype when they actually do go into the game and make those plays. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. I don't worry about how they're going to fit in, to be honest with you. I just assume that the front office has already thought about that.
Yeah.
I don't think that new pieces say anything about the pieces that are there. I really just feel like, man, add good players. If you're good coaches, you find a way to use and utilize good players.
All of them.
And the bottom line is Robert Quinn has been a double-digit sack guy for pretty much his entire career. I know it's a little bit down this year, but he's going to get a lot of opportunities to rush a passer now, being on a team that has been
one of the best defenses in the league. Yeah.
Yeah. So, excited for Robert Quinn to be an Eagle, and I'm sure you're excited for Kadarius Toney to be with the Chiefs.
You know it.
Player insights, NFL flights.
The flight. We had an interesting flight this week.
I mean, the Russell Wilson news. Going overseas, going over to London. He's always looking for an advantage, brother. He's looking to stay ahead.
I honestly feel like he just trolls us with this. Like, he just feeds us with just nonsense at this point, because he was smiling. Did you see his interview when he explained what he was doing?
No.
He was smiling like mischievously the entire time he was answering the questions about what he was doing on the plane.
Interesting.
Like, he went through every hour of how he approached it. And I mean, he had a game plan if it's real, but I think there's a little bit of him trolling and just loves to see the world just absolutely rip him a new one on social media.
It's not even just the world. I mean, I think every NFL locker room was like, I mean, have you ever seen, Travis, I've been in the league for 12 years. You've been in the league for 10. Have you ever seen somebody doing high knees in an aisle?
There's no
way
you can't. There's no way he was doing high knees in the aisle.
You think they just made it up?
There's no way. I'm not sure.
You think they just made that up? I don't think they made that up. I think he was doing high knees.
If he's doing that, I immediately turn into a class clown. I'm throwing paper balls at him. I'm throwing milk cartons at him. I'm doing everything to just mess with him, since he's doing all these shenanigans on the plane, all these extra shenanigans that probably isn't going to do anything to make him more prepared for the game.
Yeah, that's I mean, who knows? It's hard to keep track.
Who knows?
Well, it's hard to keep track with the sports science stuff is always going on. It's a long flight. I'm sure there's some type of advantage to getting up and moving around on a flight
he won the game.
Long, right?
He won the game.
But I mean, I'm going to be hard pressed for anybody to tell me that getting up and doing high knees is going to be better and more beneficial than just sitting down and visualizing throwing the ball to the right guy. Like, I don't think it's going to be that big of a. I don't think we're gaining that much from the high knees, but who knows? I'm not a sports science expert, but I do know a lot about NFL flights.
Yeah, been on a few.
Do you guys have any interesting, do you guys have any, what happens on an NFL flight in the world of the Chiefs? Do you guys have any things that happen every single flight, like food wise, movie wise?
I mean, we have a hell of a spread of candy and treats once you get on the plane. I always like to enjoy a nice cheeseburger. Every plane I've ever been on with Coach Reed has always, had cheeseburgers waiting for us at the door. Red Robin at that, baby.
Big Red, the Cheeseburger King.
The Cheeseburger King, baby. And these aren't cheap burgers now. These are delicious Red Robin burgers.
Burger King needs to change their mascot to just Andy Reid. You're welcome, Burger King. It'll
they might
save
make
you.
a comeback, man.
Oh,
they
my
might
gosh.
Make a comeback.
Could you imagine?
Yeah, no. And then on the ride home, I always like to enjoy some ice cream, man.
All right. Well, I don't know. The Eagles have always had something where the rookies always bring food to the planes. A matter of fact, when Andy was still the coach of the Eagles, I almost was late I almost missed a flight because I had to go get Popeyes before the plane for the entire O-line. And shocker,
fried chicken right there.
Hey, shocker, Popeyes wasn't on time, right? Okay. So I'm over here driving like as fast as I can to get to the airport, which I've never been to before. I don't know how to get to. At one point I went down the wrong way of a one-way street. I was like, screw this. I know I got to go this way. I'm going this way. And
don't do that.
Somehow
at home,
I made
kids.
it. Yeah. Somehow I made it there, and I had no food, and the entire O-line hated me. I was like, guys, I don't know what you want me to tell you. I was going to miss the flight. I tried. You got a problem with it? Call Popeyes. All right. We used to do per diem with the Eagles, and somewhere along the line they got away from it because they provide all the meals now. But basically, per diem was a stipend that each player got in an away trip.
It was like
dinner.
$40 or something.
Something like that. I think that sounds about right. And of course, whenever you give guys money in cash, the first thing they're going to do is find a way to gamble with it, right? So, and I am not a advocate for gambling. Everybody be
You're
smart.
on record saying it already. You're on record saying it already.
I don't want to.
Sure.
I've seen a lot of lives ruined by gambling. Do so in a very responsible manner, please. But what we would do is we would get one of the pillowcases, and everybody would take money out of their per diem envelope if they wanted to participate, completely optional, and you would write down your number on the bill, right, on Sharpie. So you'd write down the number, and all the bills would go in there. And if your number got pulled, you got the bag.
You got the pillowcase?
You got the bag.
How many people how many people are throwing it? Is this like the whole plane?
It got to the point where people would be putting in more than per diem. You know what I mean? People are like, you know what I mean? It got a little out of hand. Did
it all have to be like a certain dollar? Like it had to be a 20, or like guys throwing in 21s and being
it had to be the same dollar amount. And I'm trying to remember what it was. I think it was 20s, but it might have been a 10. I can't remember.
This is pretty good. Anybody can win.
And the best part about it it wasn't just players. Like coaches could participate. Anybody could participate in the plane. And the best part about it was if you won, you'd be spending your money. You'd be like, oh, this is Jason Peters' $20 bill. I'm spending right now.
Philadelphia. If you ever see a Sharpie with 62 on it,
that's right.
You just spent Jason Kelsey's lost per diem.
Per diem. I went hungry. I went hungry that pregame meal.
I think we covered it all, man.
Well, you guys sit first class now. How about that?
Dude, I'm not getting into that, Jason.
I'm getting into that because that's bullshit. I'm getting this. Every player should be sitting first class.
I mean, Jason, do you guys not have a players committee?
We do have a players committee.
Are you not on the players committee?
I'm on the players committee.
If you're on the players committee, it sounds like you got something to bring up.
Well, it's hard. That we've brought it up before, and the coaches sit first class.
You brought it up with this coaching staff or previous?
We've brought it up with every coaching staff. The only coaching staff that let us sit first class was Chip Kelly. Everybody else,
sports science
in the back, sports science. In the coaching staff's defense, it appears that it didn't really make a difference in the win column.
No, you guys were winning. Nick Foles had the best quarterback rating of all time under Chip Kelly.
We had two 10+ We had 2 10-win seasons under Chip. That's true. It wasn't like we were terrible. I don't know. I get it. The coaches have been working hard all week. It's an opportunity for them to get a little bit of extra sleep.
Yeah.
But you can't tell me that Jordan Mailata, 6'8", 400 pounds, is sitting too comfortable back there and coach.
You ain't lying, man. You ain't lying. And I'm telling you what, it makes the world a difference. The sleep that I get on planes now is so much better. And on top of that, it gets kind of sketchy. It's like, do you just put the big guys up there? You just put the big guys up there. You put all the starters up there. There's only so many first class seats.
And that's the problem. That's why I think they don't do it, is because how do you – it's tough to navigate who gets those seats.
Yeah.
So I get it. But my brain gets it, but my knees don't.
So let's move on, baby, to the New Heights stamp of the week. We got a few good ones for you. Had a lot of guys, taking their game to the New Heights this week. You want to go with yours first?
Sure. I got PJ Walker.
Dude.
You want to talk about New Heights? This dude was playing for the Roughnecks in 2020.
Okay, boy.
I mean, you talking
balling,
about a guy,
still balling.
You talk about a guy coming in and making plays happen for the Carolina Panthers. Season looks like it wasn't really going with much of anywhere. The last 2 weeks, he's been a big part of them kind of turning around offensively, especially this week. 19 for 36, 317 yards and a touchdown.
Not just one touchdown, a big time touchdown
as
at
well
the end
as
of the
that
game.
Hail Mary TD pass to DJ Moore. Traveled 67.6 yards in the air, the longest completion. You read that right. In the air.
He chucked that.
Launched it.
Right on the money too, man. That was a fun game, especially at the end, man. You hate to have something like that. We already kind of mentioned it earlier on the last touchdown to DJ Moore, where he took his helmet off and got an extra 15 yards added on for that extra point. That was ended up missed, and then they went into overtime and lost by 3 on another missed field goal, I believe. Absolutely, took the shine away from how good of a game PJ Walker played. Do you
remember the last game you've seen that was ruined by somebody taking the helmet off prematurely?
Do I? It was actually Cleveland Browns versus the Kansas City Chiefs.
It was Rudd. What was Rudd's first? Was it Dwayne Rudd?
Dwayne Rudd,
right?
Yeah. Takes his helmet off after a sack.
Thought he had a sack.
Trent Green. Shout out to Trent Green.
Yeah.
Oh, man. As a Cleveland kid, man, that one stung, man. I remember it to this day. Keep your helmet on, boys. Keep your helmet on. But shout out to PJ Walker.
All righty. Who you got?
I got my guy, fellow tight end, I believe rookie, out of for the Baltimore Ravens. First of all, I got to give a shout out to Mark Andrews. He left the game, unfortunately. Got a little banged up. I was pumped to see him play against the Bucs last Thursday, to see how he was going to, attack them, or how he was going to have success. Had some success early and just got banged up. Hopefully he's all right. Love watching that dude ball. Your first team All-Pro from last year, but Isaiah Likely comes in, and this is how they got a good culture in that tight end room. He's making plays. Mark comes out of the locker room, unfortunately not able to go back into the game, and is on the sideline. Gives him a congrats after the big time touchdown. 6 receptions, 77 yards, and a touchdown. He's definitely a guy that I recognized in the preseason. I
remember you saying, "Yep."
I gave him a shout out in the preseason, saying, "Look out for this guy. I think he's an absolute stud." Has a great feel for defenses and finding zones, and in that offense, I think I remember Mark Andrews talking about how him and Lamar Jackson have a relationship now to where it's just get open type of relationship, and that's my favorite kind of offense, is to just see what the defense is in and just go out there and be friendly for the quarterback. And obviously it works like a charm for them, because Mark has having another stud season, and obviously Isaiah likely comes in and has immediate production and a big time touchdown late in the game to kind of seal the win.
Well,
so Isaiah, shout out to Isaiah Likely taking his game to new heights, baby.
There we go. All right, let's look ahead to week 9.
Let's look ahead. Eagles at the Texans, headed down to Houston for Thursday night football. Texans coming off a tough one against the Titans, getting ran for, I think it was 240 plus yards by Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
But
they kind of do that to everybody, though.
Yeah, especially right now he's on a roll. I think their last 4 or 5 games alone, he's leading the league in terms of running, if not Nick Chubb with the Browns. But
both of them. But yeah, as of late, Derrick Henry's been pretty unstoppable.
Yeah, no, it's It's going to be a fun game to watch, especially on a short week. I know we were just kind of talking about it, but what do you do differently on the short weeks? Do you just spend as much time as you can in the cold tubs? What are you doing differently?
No, I mean, obviously you try and make sure you're sleeping. You try and make sure you're, recovering as much as you can. But, I don't know. I'm going to go into a big sauna protocol tomorrow. I like the sauna a lot. There's obviously no practicing, so everything's a walkthrough. Everything is mental preparation. I love Thursday games for that regard. I think that it's a chance for the teams that can be the most consistent and the teams that can be mentally in the right place, and eliminate mistakes. Those end up being the teams that a lot of times win these Thursday night matchups. That's why it's so hard. I mean, I know we're favorites and whatnot, but it's hard to win an away game on Thursday. It really is. And, the Texans, I'm sure, are going to be fired up after that loss last week. They're going to be hungry for a win.
Yeah.
And we're going to have to bring it. Absolutely.
Do you think the bye week before this past Steelers game, do you think that helped out in preparation for this game?
I don't know. I mean,
kind of having it so close.
It definitely helped out for the coaches. The coaches were obviously able to do a lot of game film ahead of time for this Thursday game, as opposed to it coming in the midst of a regular season where you don't really have that much time to do extra work.
Yeah.
So, I think for us, we don't look past the first opponent after the bye. We're just focused on the Steelers.
Right.
And after that game, now we're focused on the Texans. It kind of helped for the offense. Obviously, we did pretty well, so we're out of there in the fourth quarter. So we didn't really play as much of a full game load. Maybe that'll help. But, I don't know. I don't really look at it like that. I think both teams are on a short week, and you just got to prepare, really, really be locked in mentally and eliminate mistakes. That ends up being the biggest thing with these short weeks.
Nice. You seem to still give it the old 24-hour rule after a win.
Yeah.
You were asked, how are you gonna get ready for next week? And you say, you know what, I'm just gonna enjoy some beer right now. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead, put my feet up, enjoy this win real quick, and not think about football and just keep it moving. But
but I know that's a funny quote and whatnot, and sports science is definitely evolving. I mean, we had guys in there doing BFR bike workouts after the game.
I run into Jordan Mailata after the game.
Yeah.
And he says, obviously, he was looking for his wife to let her know, like, hey, I'm going to be a little while. I'm
Nikki.
Jumping. Yeah, he was looking for Nikki. Shout out to Nikki.
Yeah.
Was telling that he was looking for to let her know that he's going to be a few extra minutes because he's going to get some extra recovery in right now after the game. He's going to do some stuff in the training room. And I'll tell you what, never in my mind have I thought about doing something proactive for the following week right after the game. Actually, I take that away. I take that back right now. I'm lying. I've definitely gotten needled after a game by our needle specialist Julie in the training room. Sometimes it's just you gotta break up that scar tissue right now.
Obviously, there's a lot of guys that are doing that. For me, I'm big on mentally recovering just as much as physical recovery, and decompressing after you've been on a grind all week preparing for the Pittsburgh Steelers and playing a game, which is mentally taxing. Hey, 12 hours of sitting by a fire, drinking some beer, and talking to some people.
Oh, you had a good one going. One going.
Yeah, not too bad.
Sit back.
I'm not going crazy. Just a couple,
Not going crazy. Just a few.
Yeah. We're not playing Wayne Brewski or nothing. All right. Chiefs at Titans. Sunday night football. We just talked about how unstoppable Derrick Henry has been. What is your relationship with Mike Vrabel?
Vrabes, man. It's been cool getting to know Vrabes because obviously growing up he's an Ohio State football guy. Had an awesome career in the NFL, scored a few touchdowns on the offensive side of things, knowing he's a defensive player. Scored a few, got in there on some goal line packages, was one of the first kind of defensive players to be added to outside of like a refrigerator Perry and stuff like that. But he's been known to score a few touchdowns. And then, just through the college ranks. Our guy Luke Fickell over at the University of Cincinnati, him and Luke teammates at Ohio State. So there's been a lot of connections. Then you add that on to playing against Vrabes in the AFC my entire career while he was in Houston, and obviously while he's in Tennessee. It's just been cool to know another guy from kind of the area of Northeast Ohio that's made it, that's got that vibe of he can relate to absolutely everybody. And it's cool to see him like the what was it, Ben Jones video. You could tell Vrabes pours it all into what he does and loves what he does. So I got a lot of respect for Vrabes. More so on the football field than the golf course. He's got a lot, but that's most football players. And to be honest, for a defensive guy, most of those guys are really stiff. He can swing a club pretty good, but obviously a lot of respect for him.
Fair enough. Well, Andy Reid has a 20-3 regular season record after the bye. I remember it was something ridiculous like that in Philadelphia, and he's only continued that with the Chiefs. So
hopefully we continue it this week. It's we got a huge challenge ahead of. We've got obviously outside of Vrabel, hungry, tough defense. It's kind of his backbone. Is all his players. They bring it every single play, and they definitely have the toughness that he played with. We got to go up against Derrick Henry. What's
the plan?
What's the plan?
Yeah.
I don't know. We're going to go find out tomorrow. We go in the building and get a game plan and figure it out. But I think it is stop the run. Heavy on the stop the run this week. So we might have a few more backers than DBs this week or pack the box. I know it's going to be a huge challenge for our defensive line and our linebackers, but we got Willie Gay back. And when that guy's flying around, him and Bolden at linebacker, when they're flying around, they can definitely stop the run. So we'll see how it goes, man.
Do you ever talk to the coaches or players about like what the plan is maybe on the opposing side of the ball? Because I feel like obviously you're geared up for what the offensive strategy is, but how much do you get into the nitty gritty of what the defense is trying to do, if ever?
To be honest, I might ask a player, but I'm not talking to Spags about what he's going to do to stop Derrick Henry. I don't think, or if he's going up against
of course,
a huge run team, you know what I mean?
But would he ever come up to you and just start talking about it?
He'll come up to me and definitely ask me about some like little stuff, like when I know he came up to me earlier on in the year and asked me about what I would be thinking if a defensive player did this on a certain play. You know what I mean? Yeah. Whether it was fake a blitz or how he was lined up when he was blitzing. What are the indicators that the kind of the giveaways that he's coming and things like that. And that was cool to kind of give my insight. It makes me feel like I'm helping out the defense a little bit. You know what I mean?
Right.
But Spags has been doing it for so long, man. The guy he gets it. So it's like I got full faith that he knows what he's doing, and as long as I take care of my job, we're gonna be just fine on that side of the ball.
Yeah, I feel like I've never gone out of my way to have these conversations. Right? They always just kind of come up organically. Whether
passing in the cafeteria or something.
Exactly. Like me and Jim Schwartz, I remember have talked numerous times about the same thing you're talking about, blitz recognition, or, hey, Kels, what would you do if we did this, or talking to like a defensive guy. And he's like, hey, we're going to have to do this week. You know what I mean? And
which is awesome for them to do, because who knows you better than the guys that went up against you in training camp? Exactly. I know our defense like the back of my hand. I've seen all obviously the game plans change, but I've seen a lot of their blitzes, a lot of their tells, a lot of the things that they've been working on all off season. So it's like, yeah, I can help out in that aspect of, telling them what I'm recognizing and what may, trick the feed or make someone take that extra thought to trick the defense, to trick the offense. So it's always anything's helpful. You know what I mean? Anyway,
and it happens vice versa. It happens on my end too. I certainly go up to Jonathan Gannon or whoever to try and get any little bit of advantage I can in the way defenses think. Yeah. So, I think that's about the extent, but, and it's always fun. I love talking ball, and getting a defensive person's perspective is always interesting, because even when you think have it figured out, it's more nuanced. So there's a little wrinkle that maybe you didn't quite understand, and maybe that helps you the next time.
Yeah.
Well, man, I don't know about you guys, but that was a fun episode.
I'll tell you what, sounds like we got another good one. Can't wait to see what
9.
everybody says about it, man.
Episode 9 in the books. Well,
Man, 9 of these
week,
things, man.
I know, it's hard to believe. Next week, we have a special 2-episode week. We'll be dropping.
We got 2 of them.
Yep, we'll be dropping the regular episode on Tuesday. Not Wednesday, but Tuesday. And we have a very special interview coming out Thursday.
Ooh.
So once again, next week.
An in-person interview. Our first in-person interview.
Every Wednesday show is going to be on Tuesday now. And we're going to have a special interview episode coming out on Thursday. You can watch and subscribe on YouTube to the New Heights channel. Listen and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
Once again, New Heights is a Jukes original presented by Wave Sports and Entertainment. And follow us on social media at New Heights Show for fun clips throughout the week. And don't forget to comment, man. We love hearing from you guys. And until next time, peace.